Hello, podcast. Today is a special day. Today is Independence Day in Ghana, and so today we're going to celebrate Ghana. It's been a wonderful week. It's been a wonderful month for the tribe. So far, we are on our 10th episode. Super excited, and funny enough, our 10th episode coincided with the birthday of Ghana, the 65th birthday of the Republic of Ghana. So we wish all our Ghanaian viewers a happy Independence Day. You can see my Ghanaian flag, my Ghanaian jersey. I'm repping full time, We're, we're super excited. Today we're going to be sharing stories of a Ghanaian child on this episode. A lot of the people in the tribe and most of the tribe members are Ghanaians, right? And today being a special day, the podcast decided to celebrate Ghana in a special way, to spend some time acknowledging our growing up stories, I think what it means to be a Ghanaian to us, and we're just going to be celebrating Ghana all episode long. I've got Chris in the house, I've got Wendy in the house, I've got Afia boy in the house, and they are all garnered up. They're all garnered up. Guys, how you doing? How you doing? Afia boy, how you doing?
We good, we good, we good, we good, we good.
Happy Independence Day, guys. Happy Independence Day.
I'm a proud Ghanaian.
Afia boy, I would need you to unmute your mic.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
Happy
It's fine.
Independence Day. Happy Independence
Thank
Day,
you.
guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
And happy Independence Day to you too.
How are you
Thank
guys
you.
celebrating
Thank
it?
you. Before we get into how we're celebrating it, we want you to kick things off by reciting the national pledge.
Are you
Jeez.
kidding me?
Yes.
You're not going to
Efia,
put me on the
the
spot,
national
are you?
pledge. Efia, the national pledge.
Oh my god.
You're not going to put me on the spot, are you?
Oh my
Efia,
god.
the national pledge.
Hmm.
Menka.
We would wait in silence while Efia
Wait,
recites the
silence. No,
national
no, no.
pledge.
You're not going to do this to me. It's not like I cannot say it,
So
but
let's start the
you are
show
not going
off
to
with
put
the
me
national
on
pledge.
this spot. No. Mm-mm. I'm going to do a mid show.
No. Efia, let's go. Let's start.
Kujo,
We're waiting. We're waiting.
Mm-mm,
I promise on my
Let's
honor.
continue.
I promise on my honor. Continue. I've helped you out.
To be
Okay, I'm going to
faithful,
say the
loyal.
first three lines. Thank you. To be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland, I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem. Oh, yeah, so that's how I'll put it. It's okay. So you know I can say it. You get it. No,
Ladies
I
and
can
gentlemen,
actually recite it.
ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed Efia Yeboah do Ghana a lot of injustice. But again, I thought it was a wonderful
Google, I don't
idea
even have
to
my phone
start
with me. No.
the show with the pledge of Ghana, the pledge of our country. We would normally say this growing up every day in school, and it
Every
was supposed to give
morning.
us a sense of pride, a sense of civic responsibility and duty to our country. And as we celebrate Ghana at 65 today, we're going to have a conversation around most of these things, the things we went through as Ghanaians growing up in Ghana, how we felt being Ghanaians, what we felt on this holiday of our independence, and what independence actually meant to us. It's been one of those things growing up. We go to school, we learn about it in social studies, the fight for independence, what liberation meant, and how liberation in Ghana and Ghanaian independence sort of triggered that liberation across the continent, right? In 57, Ghana gains its independence, and it's the first in the sub-region, right, the sub-Saharan region, to gain independence. And then in like 5 years, you see the fire spread all over, right? Nigeria and all these other countries gain their independence. So it meant a lot to us, this particular day, celebrating our independence. It meant so much. And we would go around the room. Chris, growing up as a kid, as a young boy, what did Sixth March mean to you? What did the 6th of March mean?
Well, for every sit match, I make sure I don't miss the Independence celebration at the Independence Square. I make sure I watch it on
Oh,
TV.
oh, I thought you went there in
Yeah.
person.
So you watched it
Oh
on
no,
TV,
no, no! I
and
always watch
and
on TV.
what how did you feel watching it on TV?
Well, as a young boy, I was always looking forward to I mean, the marching aspects, where I see
Mhm.
students march. I
Mhm.
see, yeah, I see
Mhm,
people in the services march,
Yeah.
mhm,
and yeah,
mhm.
that's what I look forward to when I'm watching the Independence Day celebration.
Mm.
For a lot of people who are not familiar with how Ghanaians celebrate Independence Day, for growing up, 6th of March literally meant people were going to march. It's very coincidental. I don't know who would have done it for the 6th of May, but would march past a flag of Ghana and would salute the flag.
That's actually
And
fun.
this would happen in all the regions. Would have the regional capitals have a big gathering of
Yeah.
students, security forces, and everyone, and would hoist the flag, will march past the flag, and will salute it. So on the 6th of March, it was one of those things where you woke up early in the morning to watch all these schools and students and military men march past the flag. Were any of you in the march yourselves? Wendy, did you
Yes.
did you actually go march yourself?
No.
Oh, Daddy B. In the D benches, you don't go and march on 6th March. Eh?
My
I
school
know.
wasn't part of it. I mean, they had
Mm,
selected schools that
mm.
I think you
Yeah.
train and
Yeah.
then you
Oh,
go. My
okay.
school wasn't, I think, part of it. Yeah.
I know D isn't here on the show today, but D used to be in the march herself because she used to be in the band, right? The
Mm-hmm.
marching
Mhm.
band. And I think she was
Yeah.
one of the best in the country. So every year they would invite her to come and perform, you know.
Yeah.
Now she's on a break. I'm sure she's drumming or playing the trumpet somewhere, celebrating Ghana in its full glory. And D put in a request, if you're D said you should say the national pledge. But for
D,
some reason,
I would say I would record it and send it to you personally. Okay.
we don't want a recorded
Yeah,
one.
I'll
But
do
That
that for
doesn't
you.
count.
It
Wendy,
counts,
so if you
please.
did not
Hmm.
go march, if you did
Mm-hmm.
not go celebrate with your left right, what did you do? What did you do growing up to celebrate the Independence Day?
Okay, on 6th, every 6th March. Okay, I mean, from the 5th, I
Mm-hmm,
always get excited because I know
mm-hmm.
the next day we're not going to school. Like it was a
Okay.
holiday. So that was the first thing for
That was
me
a dream.
because no school. So I wake up like very late and then I'm just so excited because, most of the times I think around the time you don't burden you too much with homeworks because
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a free day. So I wake
No.
up
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
the morning
Mm,
and then I also want to watch like what happens at the
mm-hmm.
Independence
Mm-hmm.
Day. And one thing I liked about it was how I think they used to do something like so every I think the year they have people march and then form that Ghana at 50 thing on so
Yeah.
from the top of it you can see a number 50, you can
Mm-hmm.
see the
Mm-hmm.
GH and then the at sign and then the 50. So every year they do that 51, 52, like and I really love that and I love the
Nice,
bands, the
nice. Mm-hmm.
drums and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Yeah, it was amazing.
It was really a celebration of the country, right? I
Mhm.
don't know about you guys, but it did fill you with some pride, some national pride.
Definitely.
The sense
Definitely.
of patriotism was like off the chain, right?
Yeah.
You wake up
Mhm.
in the morning. I don't know what morning rituals you guys had to do. You know, you get ready and you're behind the TV set, and then it would normally start with like an opening. Because Ghana is not, it's a secular state, right? So you'd have a Christian prayer, a Muslim prayer, and a
And
traditional libation, right? And then things would start, and then from there, we can just the events would begin, right? So then there would be a few speeches, then the marching would begin, where you'd see the security forces just march past the flag and salute normally with the national one. The president would be in attendance, so they would salute the
mhm,
president and he would salute back. And I think it was one of those days, it was not really fun to be president because thousands
mhm.
of people would walk by saluting and you would have to keep that salute.
Good dilute, yeah.
But it was wonderful, even though I never actually got to march in there myself. I would just watch all these kids. I'm like, next year I'm gonna do my best to be there, right? Some of the march was like on point, some of them were well rehearsed, some of them were just off the chain. Some people were just, they did not know where they were. People were marching, especially the very young kids, like the 3 4 year
Yeah.
olds. So
Yeah.
it was something else. But just seeing all these people march, and watching the flag being waved, and you'd get a small flag, they'll give you a small flag and you'd be waving it. As it
Mm-hmm.
did make, personally, it did bring a lot of joy. And if you're a boy, since you decided not to say the pledge, what did you do aside not saying the pledge?
um, on 6th March, I mean, we all know it was a holiday every day. I
Mm-hmm,
mean, whichever day, if it's a weekday or weekend.
mm-hmm,
So most often we wake up early, cook, so that we make it in time for the show, TV show, to watch people march and do what they have to
mm-hmm,
do.
mm,
So I think it was only Ghana at 50 that we actually went to the Independence Square.
mm-hmm,
Every other Independence Day, we just at home, cook. It's like a family day for us at home.
mm,
Yeah, basically, we just watch people, laugh at people's march, watch funny videos, look at what people are doing in other regions,
mm-hmm,
call
Mm.
family. That's what we did, and friends.
mm.
That's it.
Okay, so it sounds like you made a whole family affair out of it. Made,
Oh
like, I'm
yeah,
sure you had a
yeah.
family barbecue or something. But if yeah,
Oh
what?
yeah.
I
Hmm.
was trying to let this go, but I would read some of the comments and then we'll see how things are going. So Lucas said, "Don't wish them happy Independence Day, Kujo. They'll start asking for Independence Day gifts."
Oh my
Guys, have
God!
you
Lucas,
guys
Look,
have
Lucas,
you have you guys
Lucas,
sent
look
out your
us,
Independence Day
please.
gifts
Lucas, don't
um
let us come for you. Okay, you know
to
what? I'm
your
off.
significant others? You should have
It's
sent your Independence Day
independence.
gifts. Um if yeah, people are saying do not Google next time. We're going to
I
let you
don't
say
have
it
my
after I'm done reading these sets. So start practicing in your head because you're going to go say it. Um, there's a plea from Diana. Please say it. Bismarck said, "I used to play the drums because I did not want to march." It's a good
Mm.
strategy. Bismarck would just jump behind the drums because he does not want to go march. And it's like, we don't want a recorded one. Say it live
Oh
here.
my
If
God, Prime.
you're gonna have to say it.
Michael,
Yes,
please.
I think there's a lot of support. If yeah, your call sort of excited Saber. Saber is just enjoying your all right. Let's see. But who is Ifia? Who is calling Ifia? I suspect Prime. Well, Prime, I don't know if it's Prime that called, but if yeah, now that we've had people in the I was gonna let it go, but if yeah, the national
No,
pledge.
you're not going to do this to me. I said it.
If
Like,
yeah, the
you
national
guys, I
pledge.
know I don't want to be put on the spot, but I know my. I'm
If yeah,
not.
the national pledge.
Could you please?
We're listening.
I'm not saying anything. Let's move on, okay?
Ifya Yeboah has been given the opportunity twice to be a patriotic citizen of Ghana, and she's passed on the celebration of Ghana's 65th Independence Day. Okay, if yeah, since we're not going to say the pledge,
Mm-mm.
let's take a step back. Let's go back to growing up in Ghana,
Mhm.
independent Ghana. Most of us didn't see the fight for independence and everything. We just came into a peaceful independent
Mhm.
Ghana. I think most of us are even after the 1992 constitution was
Yeah.
enacted and everything. But let's share some stories of some fun stories of growing up
Hmm.
in Ghana. What are some of the things? What are some of the things that whenever you think back, what steps jumps out at you? I would start as a kid growing up in Ghana. I don't know if you guys know the I got a new name for it. They call it what, abetia and kokunte and nkatenkwai, right? So
Oh.
Face the wall.
Ghanaian kids have
Face
this
the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
uniform. No. The school uniform would take to elementary school,
The
primary
school
school,
Oh,
uniform. Yeah.
okay.
the school uniform.
Okay. Okay.
It was one of those things you never really think about. Then now these days, with all the TikTok videos and all the dance videos from other African countries, you do realize that other countries also have sort of a unique way of dressing, right? Especially if you're going to like
Mhm.
private schools and all these fancy schools, you'd see them all dressed up in a way. But I felt growing up in Ghana, one of the things that really brought people together, especially Ghanaian students. I don't know about you guys, but even with private schools and public schools, the school uniform, and you'd have the badges to distinguish which school was from which. But
Yeah.
driving to school every morning, seeing kids in the uniforms, some of them being hightailed along the highway. You see some older siblings. Normally, you'd see they go to school together, right? And the older sibling would have to take care of all the younger
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
that's true.
sometimes when they're having a bad day, you could see it. They just dragging their siblings down the side of the road, and twice in the day growing up, there was this euphoria about going to school, right? When you're
Mhm.
going in the morning, seeing everybody getting ready and going to school, getting to school, the assembly, before assembly starts, just the arrival area, just seeing some people crying, and you're like, I'm not crying, so I guess I'm better than that guy or that girl. And some people just late to sweep their plot. Like, it's just this. As a kid, it was like our job. Going to school was our job. And so we get to work and we're looking at our colleagues, and then when school is done,
Oh
around
my
like
god.
2:45 p.m., you see all these kids in school uniforms by ice cream joints, fun yogurt joint, cocoa bodia joint, right?
Mm.
Roasted corn joints.
Sobolo joints.
So
And
below
immediately
fried
there's this
yam.
connection, right? There's this connection. You may not know them, you may not go to the school with them, but just because they're in the uniform too, you're like, hey, that's another school pass. And it used to be a part of the ritual for everyone. Morning cocoa joints, you go and meet all these students, and sometimes they'll be like, mommy, please, my school starts in a few minutes, can you please give me mine before you go to the artisans and the people who are not going to school. And these are stories growing up. It was wonderful, right? No matter where you lived, you'd always see these school children in their uniforms, and especially the days your school was on special break. You're like, oh, too bad for you. I get to stay at home. But you see everybody go to school and come back from school, and we'll talk about the favorite food joints, because I know everybody had a favorite food joint. But what are some of your childhood memories when you think back to Ghana? What are some of the things? Wendy,
Mhm.
what jumps out at you from childhood? The things that
Um,
bring the nostalgia back.
hmm.
Mhm.
I would
It's
say the
a lot.
food. I
Okay.
know it's a lot. When you can continue, it's a lot.
No, if you are gone, go. You go.
So like you guys know the thing like morning assembly in school, right?
Mhm.
Like you have to be on time for morning assembly, and if you
Mhm.
don't, they're gonna punish you.
Mhm.
Like when I think about it's like it was like a universal thing in all schools.
Mm.
If you're 5 minutes late, you're gonna stand behind the gate, and then
Mhm.
afterwards they're gonna give you guys the work to do or something.
Mhm.
You know what I always did? My school, Achimota Basic. We had a window. So when the driver is coming to drop us in the school, I would make him pass behind my classroom and then I would drop my bag in the class. So
Mhm.
I'll walk through the gates like, oh, I'm already in school. And
Mhm.
then they will think I came to school because I don't have my bag with me. And
Mhm.
that was the trick I used to just keep those, how do you call it? Those punishments and all that. I always did that.
So you found a way to avoid getting punished for being late.
I mean, I had to. I had to.
It's one of those things. I think growing up, a lot of people devise tricks and ways to get out of punishment. I don't know if you guys ever did this. So I went to a school that caning wasn't a real big thing, but once every now and again, there'll be something that would happen that people would have to get canes, right? And it would be like everybody to the front of the class. And so when you get your lashes, you go sit down. So I had this trick where I don't go first in line and I don't wait till the
Mhm.
very end, right? And so I'll just be dilly dallying and watching people get beat, and then I'd start tearing up, right? And so somewhere in the middle, like if it's a class of 40, when it's like 20 people in, I start crying for real, like crying for real. And like when it's like 10 people, I'll start walking to my seat, holding my behind and crying for real and go sit down. And that was my trick of getting out of punishments. Like there was no way you'd believe I hadn't taken my lashes. And so I would just start crying. And then as the beating increased, my crying would intensify. And then before you know it, I'm just walking to my seat like I've been lashed. Not one single lash, but I'm gone. So we figured out a way around. Chris, I know you had a lot of
I
bad
mean,
boys to get out of beating.
you with lashes. Let me just build up on that point. Sometimes when you are being caned,
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
and I mean, you feel the pain, but
mm-hmm.
you try to suppress the pain and not to tear up,
Stimulate.
and then you go, yeah, and then you go
Oh,
sit
they,
down, and then someone will come to you. Oh, sorry, okay, sorry, okay, and then suddenly you start crying.
no, that was the worst thing. That
That was,
was the
I mean,
worst thing that
I
could
mean,
happen to anyone.
I know, I have been caned, but why are you telling me sorry? And
Sorry,
then
I know,
and then
right?
all of a sudden you start, like,
The tears will start
Jesus
coming
and then you
out.
start
Christ.
tearing up. Yeah,
Someone
but
said,
aside the
Mhm. No, continue.
yeah, aside the caning aspect, I just remembered some of our during our lunch times,
Mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
p during p times where we have to have physical education. We
Mm-hmm.
have to our school. We had p kits.
mm-hmm,
So you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
buy p kits when it's time for p. You change into your
mm-hmm,
p kits,
mm-hmm,
and I mean, we go some play soccer, some play volleyball, and we do all sorts of things. And then
mm-hmm.
sometimes when you come back from PE, the whole place, the whole class gets so
Oh,
messed up,
oh,
so
oh,
noisy, and
oh.
sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah,
Mhm.
no lesson after PE, so we just enjoy the rest of the day.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Guys, I don't know about you guys, but another childhood memory, another
Mm-hmm.
Ghanaian childhood memory is whenever it starts to rain. Because
Everything
the
is just
Oh,
on
roofs
hold.
didn't often have
No,
like the ceiling to minimize the noise of the rain on the roof was so loud that that was the end of the lesson. And so when you went to
no
school and it's
teaching on
like,
raining days.
exactly. It's like 10:45. You come from your first break and it starts to rain. That means it's a lost day. That day we're going to play. Did you guys ever do this in class where you take a sheet of paper, like those long sheets, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
draw a field and you
Mm-hmm.
use coins to draw a pitch, right? And then you get one of your crazy friends to pluck the buttons, and then you'll be playing that soccer thing, right? And so
Oh,
when
Yeah,
it
we did
starts to
that.
rain, yeah, there we go. We're going to be doing that all day.
one
What's
childhood
another?
memory for
And
me
Mhm.
then
was
aside
homework.
that game, we had the
Oh.
three drafts too.
Mm-hmm.
Three drugs.
We had the
What's
three
three
drafts.
drops?
I don't know
Tic-tac-toe,
if
tic-tac-toe, X's and O's
yeah,
thing, or what?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
yeah, we used to
remember.
play
I
that a lot.
yeah.
remember.
Yeah. One
I
childhood
remember.
memory I can
Mm-hmm.
remember is homework. And
Mm.
so you know how like when they give you homework and then you're not able
Mm-hmm.
to do it at home?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I come back early in the morning. Like I come to school very early. I wait for people to put their books down.
Oh
Now
my
you
goodness.
know the smart ones in there. You just pick somebody's own,
Oh my
but
goodness.
you do it quickly. And then also one thing I remember was like class work. Like when I'm
Mm-hmm.
not able to do like something and I don't understand, you
Mm-hmm.
just be pulling your neck to see somebody's own or asking, the good people in class to help you out. Yeah.
So I don't
And
know. Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
not putting your book on himself, why you're not too sure, so you not do too well. And then like the teacher will be marking in class and you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
know your marks. So
Mm.
you slide it under so that by the time a period will end, the teacher
The
will be out
thing,
and you wouldn't know.
the things students do, right? The things students do. Talking about copying someone's work reminded me of a young man in my school, right? When we're in like primary three, so we're much younger. We're like uh 8, 9 years at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we're given assignments in class work, people would like to copy his work. And so when we're given math problems, he would write the wrong answers in and then let people
Ah,
copy it. And then when we're about to take the books back, he would erase all of them and
Oh
then write
my
his answers.
god.
And so
That's wicked.
one of those days, he did the same trick. My friends copied, and just when he was about to erase, you know how you had a pencil with the eraser at the bottom? His
Yeah.
eraser broke. And then he was begging people for erasers. Nobody was like, nope, nobody's giving you an eraser today.
Oh my
And this guy
god.
was crying. And then,
Oh
when
my
we use
god.
pencil, you were not allowed to cancel your work. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's true.
another childhood ritual for us was finally getting to write in pen. We
Mm-hmm.
always would write
Oh my
in pencil till like class 4, and then in class
Yeah.
4 and then you see all these people writing their notes with green pen and red pen and blue pen, and oh my gosh. And then another one, guys, names of talkatives.
Oh.
Hmm.
Tell me your experience with names of talkatives, and then we'll wrap up the segment on growing up in Ghana, the childhood memories. Then we'll get into other conversations. But I know everybody. I know even the people watching the show have experienced names of talkatives. Please, in the comment section, please share your story with us about your worst names of talkatives experience, and then
Oh my god.
we would discuss it with the group. But while you guys are thinking about it, I'm going to read a few of the comments that have come through.
Okay.
Talking about the marching and the seat march program, Lucas is saying we don't talk about how some people in the parade used to collapse during the march due to the longevity of
That's
standing.
true.
Some of the people
That's
would go there in the morning on empty stomachs and
That's
stand
true.
in the
That's
sun.
true.
Yeah, it used to be excruciating. If yeah,
That's true.
do it for the love of Barcelona. If you cannot say the
Hmm.
national pledge, we all know
What,
that. If
why do
you
you guys want to tarnish my image? I can
if you
say it.
everybody agrees, if you cannot say the national pledge, okay, she's in the US. Let her sing the national anthem of the US. Oh, honey, Ghana national pledge crying in the US anthem. If yeah, it
Why?
is called Assemble. Oh.
That's
Could just cry story shows he's a DB fan. Oh, come on. Amanda, I remember us gathering and discussing episodes of telenovelas in the morning instead of
Yo.
cleaning the school compound. That is so true. That is so true. And then, for those of us who would not get to watch every one of them, you'd go and stand somewhere and eavesdrop on some of the action people saw. And then when you're clicking, you'd go and tell them what you overheard, right? Amanda, that is so true. A lot of people would do that, would go listen and would stand around discussing. My time, we didn't have a lot of telenovelas because I remember Rosalinda started. No, Wana Lavahan started the Friday I graduated JSS. So our time, it was like Highlander and all those wonderful things that were shown at 11 p.m., which you can't actually stay up and watch. It's called cut and paste.
which one is called cut and paste?
When you
I
copy
have no
someone's work.
idea.
Oh, when
Yeah.
you copy someone's
Yes,
work.
yes, the
Yeah.
whole
When
work.
you copy someone's work.
Now these days it's not so bad. We just you have to cite them though. I can
Yeah.
imagine. Can you imagine a Ghanaian kid in like class 5 copying their friend's work, and after copying he just cites them.
Excited.
He just cites them. Kweku
Yeah.
and Mansa 2022. That's going to be
Oh my
wonderful. You
God.
can't even punish this kid. He
No.
cited a
mean-
source like right there. Yeah. Apparently we didn't call it tic-tac-toe. It's Kwesiada Franca. I beg. I'm sorry for misspeaking. Yeah, Ghanaian kids would understand Kwesiada Franca. Favorite childhood book is Alidu and his goat. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my god.
yeah.
Those books, there was this thing, there was a black cat thing, Mensa and the Day and the black cat. And then there was Alidu and his goat. There was the
Mr.
hawk and the
Kuma
hen.
and the Black
There
Cat.
was I think it was Mr. Kuma and the black cat. And then there was
my
this one,
favorite
Obiba
book?
JK.
Obiba J.
Obiba JK.
Oh my god.
Sasraku
And how the
God.
crab
oh
lost
my
his head.
God.
Do you guys read
Yes,
that?
yes,
Oh.
yes.
Oh,
Those
Anyone read
God.
were
Snake Girl?
what?
Snake Girl.
Anyone
No.
read Snake Girl?
Oh, I did. Snake girl,
is
the girl
Snake
that used to
Girl?
vomit money.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
did.
No.
goodness.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
said, I will I was always on the list of talkatives. Sometimes you buy fun ice for the classroom. You see, this is where the
This is how
corruption starts.
bribery and corruption
This is how the
started.
corruption
I can
starts. People
promise
start
you that.
corrupting themselves
This
right
is how
in
bribery
infancy.
and corruption started.
I remember always wanting to see bis- s-
Or
to
sit
sit beside
beside
the
it.
smart kids during exam.
During
Exactly.
No
exams.
one can.
when
No one
when
can.
we're when we're
Someone.
in Prempeh
It's only
College, it
you.
was called formation, right? So you go into the exam room with your formation.
Oh,
So the
formation.
clever
Yeah,
student
formation.
sits in the middle, and then he's flanked by all these students, right? Who would be asking. And so the formation is very critical. But yeah, as someone, a lot of us are with you there. Growing up,
Yeah.
exam used to be a game of strategy. You
Mm-hmm.
had to make sure you
You
surround
pass
yourself
it.
with the smart kids, and then
Mm-hmm.
you'd be good. And
Mm-hmm.
if you were the smart kid in class, everybody is your friend at the time, because normally we wouldn't sit in the exam room like we'd sit on normal
Class.
days.
Yeah.
They'll let
Yeah.
us all stand outside, leave your books and your bags and everything outside, come with only your pen, your pencil, and your eraser. And then
Mm-hmm.
you'd walk in, and then you'd go and sit where you want. Find a desk. That's what they used to say. Find a desk and settle down quietly. So find a desk. The brilliant kid sits in the middle. All the other students flank them, so that when anything comes,
Oh
is that I
my.
can't believe I'm now realizing how the crab lost his head was a scam story, but a clever advice. Yes, Duku,
Yeah.
it is a scam story, but it was indeed a clever advice. Anyone
Yeah.
who remember the one of these days, we're going to be talking about the stories we had growing up,
Oh, you
and we'll
guys,
share
and
all
this
these
one,
wonderful ones. Mhm.
um, my grandfather's that story about
Yeah, it was a song. My grandfather's clock was too large for the
no, they had a
shelf.
story to it.
90 years and
After the
then
story, then the song comes afterwards.
yeah. If you remember that, but you do not remember, I promise on my honor to be
I
faithful
won't
and
say I
loyal
don't
to Ghana,
remember.
my
I can
motherland.
say it.
I'm
I just don't want
disappointed.
to be put. Oh my god.
Asamoah is sharing a very wonderful story with us. Also,
Mm.
how the smart kids would always request for more paper made some of us feel it's true. You'd be struggling in the exam, and then this bright kid is like, yeah, like
Say
yeah.
extra sheets.
And
Extra
You
extra
keep saying
sheet,
sheets.
extra sheets.
extra sheet wasn't as terrifying as one of the smart kids would lift their hand and be like, "Sir, there's a problem with question 4." And the teacher comes and looks at it and it's like, "Yes, there's a problem with it, and you've already answered question 4." And you're like, how did I
And
answer question 4 if there's a problem with it?"
Oh God.
and those who couldn't
Oh my
solve it will be
god.
like, that is why I couldn't solve it.
That's why I couldn't solve
Meanwhile,
it.
meanwhile,
Solve
you
it.
finish solving the thing. Meanwhile,
That
you
is
finish
why I
solving
couldn't
the
solve
thing.
Oh
it.
my
And then
God.
everybody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's a problem with the question." And you're like, "Oh, you're on question 20." And there's a
Of
problem with question
course.
4. And meanwhile, question 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all linked. And so if you clearly
Yeah.
didn't see that, you've done
It runs
rubbish.
through. And wait, did
Like,
you
No.
guys ever
sir, yes,
buy
I knew it.
stationery in school?
Yeah, math sets and all that.
I never bought pen, pencil, erasers,
Yeah, because
sharpeners.
you're a thief.
How did you
I
used to
wasn't a
get
thief.
them?
I wasn't a thief. You
How did you
know,
used to get them?
I don't know. It just happens to get some in my bag all the time.
Ah,
Yeah,
if you no.
suddenly,
Oh, it's true.
guys,
It's true.
guys,
It's
I
guys,
true,
stand with
Chris.
it.
listen,
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
true.
Chris, thank you.
listen to Ifya Yeboah just lie about stealing. She's like, "Oh, I never stole anything. They just magically appeared in my bag."
How?
No,
So
like that's the
there was a
truth.
trick. There was a trick people would use, which I didn't think was stealing. So after school, when school is over and everybody's left the classrooms, they would go and sweep the classroom. Not like actually sweep, but like look through the desk and
True, yeah.
everything. If you've left something behind, well, your loss. They win. So they would get tons of pencils, tons of math sets. And I don't know if you guys did this. Whenever you bought a new math set, you take the compass and then you'd write your name on everything.
Mhm.
Because some people start the day with an empty math set. And then by the time we're
They
done
fill
with
it up.
P-Tech, they have 4 rulers, 8 compasses. Sometimes the math set is so full it can't close.
Clothes.
It's,
So you see the
they can't
stencils,
close.
the stencils at the top. They have like 8 of them. You see that yellow thing you used to do your timetable? They have 18 of these things. Like once your thing falls, your eraser falls, you know the eraser will fall and then run around, and that's it. You don't
It
find it.
will, yeah, run around. Yeah.
You turn
No,
around to
no,
look for
but
your
wait,
eraser, you come back and
I
your set
never
square is gone.
understood. I never understood how people actually write their names on mass. Like it's going to actually deter people from taking what they want to take.
You
And then
see,
for those that used to write their
spoken like
names
a
on a
real chief.
paper and then they put it in their pen.
In
So
a
basically
pen.
a
I'm
year
like,
thing.
In their
what is
pen,
this?
in their
What is this
pen.
Oh
trend?
my
You
gosh.
can take it
I didn't
out.
know I was on the show with just a bunch of thieves. If you're a boy, it's like you think you writing your name on your mindset is going to deter me. I'll steal it anyways. If you would
I don't
always,
steal. Like, listen, I do not
it
steal.
would appear in your
Honestly,
bag.
honestly.
Mhm,
In the beginning of a term, my dad is
mhm,
going to get our books, cover it with brown
mhm,
papers, get
mhm.
everything for us. We all have it, right?
And you
It's
still
just
go
that
and steal.
it's just that by
Mhm.
the end of like the week, I have like 10 pens, 5, 15 pencils, erasers,
If I was a thief.
and I don't
That's
know where I
magical.
get it from. I just have it. And
Okay. Oh.
I
People were
had this
keeping their
bowl
stuff in
that
their
I
bag.
put those things in.
Probably.
So
No, I
back to
never
the
stole it.
names of talkative thing.
Hmm.
Let's share our names of talkative thing.
Hmm.
I'll share a story, right? So names of talkatives. You guys know me. I talk a lot. I can't keep my mouth shut. I used to be on the names of talkatives all the time, to the point that even when I'm not in school, I'm still on the names of talkatives.
Ah.
Yeah. You know how the French teacher will be like, write the names of talkatives. And sometimes he doesn't come for it the same day.
Yeah.
He comes the next day and it's like, bring the names of talkatives. And my class professor submits the names. And number one, Kojopoku, DP, TP. I was in school yesterday. But yeah, somehow I made it to the names of talkatives. That's how good
They
I
know
was.
you. They know
Amanda
you.
just asked double punishment and triple
Double
punishment.
punishment.
And
Oh
sometimes you
my
get
god.
DP. And then the right English. That means you are speaking Chi too. So you're
Oh.
just in trouble. The names of talkatives had constant names. The day your teacher's favorite appears, no, today you have what? You've been pardoned. Oh,
Pardon.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
Whenever the
That's
teacher's
true.
pet gets on
That's
the list,
true.
you've
That's
been
true.
pardoned. If yeah, but tell us your names of talkative story. I know you were always on there.
Yeah, I was always on there, but the thing was that they never actually lashed us. They'll give us work to do. So I remember one time this teacher lashed. That was class 5. Yes, he lashed me, and I was one of his favorite girls in the class. So after the lashing, I said I won't talk to this man again.
Mhm,
When he asks questions in class, mostly I'll be the one to engage him.
mhm,
I was the bubbly person in the class. So I'll say I will not answer. Like I will not even mind him. So since that day, the man actually never lashed us in the class again. He didn't. So
mhm.
he'll give us work to do, sweep here, go and do this. Instead of he knew I hated kings. I like it was something I didn't like. But every day, my name will be in the book. Like if it's not in there, it means I didn't come to school. Like I was not in school because I'll just be there.
Hmm.
Guys, we're just telling stories of a Ghanaian child. Today is Ghana's Independence Day. We're just sharing our stories growing up, right? There's so much we went through growing up, and we're just talking about those. We're going to shift into other conversations. But before we do, I'm going to read a few more of the comments, right? Kwesi said, Matt said stock in there. It be normal.
You see?
Some are gifts
You
and
see?
other some are givers and others are takers. Ifya
Yeah.
seemed to be a very prominent taker. But
Oh
Mm-hmm.
guys,
my god.
I'm going to remind you of this one. Whenever we're much younger, did any of you, Lucas is even asking, did any of you say, sir or madam, please, can I go and we urinate?
No.
We used to ask for permission before leaving a class. And it was one of those things when I
Yeah.
got to college, right? It was weird because in college you don't need permissions, you just get up and
You
leave.
Oh
just walk
my
out.
But
Yeah.
god.
in all through school, like from elementary school, even in high school, you'd have to ask for the teacher's permission to
Yeah.
leave the class.
That's
And
so
so
true.
if he was teaching and somebody had to go out, it had to disrupt the class. They had to go and be like, say, can I please go out and urinate? Just go.
Ruined.
Just go. But if they
Ruined.
did that, oh yeah. Michael has a story. I used to be on the names of talkatives all the time. There was a time I had to challenge the class prefect and the teacher. If the class prefect really saw me talking, what was I saying? If you
What?
indeed heard me talking,
Was
what was I
I
saying?
saying?
That's a wonderful day. Engineer Asamoah is saying, as to why they're always the boys in
Balls
the
at the
back.
back.
It surprised me. Those folks believe they were to pack of our day.
It's so true.
As someone, let me tell you about my own. So the boys in the back in my class, if you heard them speak, you might think you're in London. They'll be like, hey, you might think you're in New York. They'll be like, hey, Jaru, tell Jay-Z to go and bring Lil Wayne's bag and then we'll come and meet us. Like, what's happening here?
Oh my
Since when
God.
was I in a class with 50 Cent? Whenever this G unit thing happened, like when it became a movement. You go to Prempeh College and all these guys are in their green shirts, but then they have a black singlet under and then they'll open the button so that you see it. Like, the boys in the back. In my school, we called them the Zungo boys and girls. They were just in the back making noise all the time.
These guys always make the class fun on Fridays.
That's
Like,
true.
was it only me or my school? Fridays after second break, after lunch, you don't like you're done for the day.
So we had extracurricular activities after the
Yeah.
break. So
Mhm.
the Rangers would go, the Girl Scouts would go, the choristers
Yeah.
would go.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
these
that's-
guys will sit at the back. One person will be making a beat, another person will be playing the
jamming
drums,
to
something, and
something.
there will be entertainment almost every Friday.
So-
Almost every Friday.
So to Efia Yeboah, Chris and Wendy, Amanda just sent this in. This has been my favorite episode yet.
Oh,
And it's not even over. Good job, guys. Amanda,
Aw.
we're enjoying you here with us and chiming in and sending in your stories. And the show is only as good as the people on here. So we
Yeah.
really appreciate you being on here. And Bishop, I see you, Bishop. I have been reading your stories. But guys, we're going to jump from our childhood stories to something else. It's still part of our childhood. There were certain Ghanaian dishes, right? There were certain dishes as kids. Either we always looked forward to it, or we couldn't wait for the time we could have our independence and liberty to eat that because sometimes your parents wouldn't allow. Now, as we're celebrating Ghana at 65, let's talk about some Ghanaian dishes, our favorite Ghanaian dishes, the great Ghanaian dishes of all times. Guys, if you're in the show, I know Amanda, Michael, Bishop, and all those guys contributing. Please let us know your favorite Ghanaian dish right there in the comment section. Just let us know, what is your favorite Ghanaian food? We're diving into a conversation about Ghanaian foods. Growing up in Ghana, there were so many unique ethnic dishes that Ghanaian kids would go on for days about. My favorite is a mutu and
Oh.
granite soup. If you put some goat in there.
Mm.
And growing up, I didn't get to eat it a lot because omutua is normally a Sunday morning dish. So as a kid, I was like, man, I can't wait to be rich and old. And in the morning on Sundays, I'll go and play Sunday special. And then when I'm done, I'd get a bottle of beer and some omutu.
oh my
But yeah,
God.
that used to be my thing. Guys, let's go around the room. Chris, tell me your favorite Ghanaian dish and growing up, what it meant, what it signified.
I can guess for Chris.
Yeah. Let Chris be.
What's that?
Banku
Chris,
and
So
Ofu.
my favorite was banku.
I
You know,
knew it.
my mom does special banku,
Mhm.
and
I
then
knew it.
with some pepper,
Mm.
a little
Mhm.
shito, and then you
Mm.
have fried
Mm.
fish and a little
Mm.
kita schoolboys.
Hey.
Ish.
Oh, that is a proper
Ish.
DB's dish. That is a proper DB's dish.
Ish.
Mm.
You had Kita school boys and all that.
This is proper.
Oh my
This is proper
goodness.
local.
Look at Amanda's own banku, boiled
Oh,
crabs
banku
with
boiled crabs
pepper.
with
Oh
With
my
pepper.
oh, I
goodness.
see.
Ooh la la. Now you
Interesting.
guys are making my mouth water.
I
If you
know.
if you come and share with us your favorite Ghanaian dish.
I think I'll go with fufu. My
Mm,
mom's
Mm.
fufu and
Mm.
light soup
mm.
was something you did not want to miss at home.
What meat or what proteins would you go would
Well,
peg with your
she is a big fan of. I don't know if you guys know akosombo, smoked fish.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
she's a big fan of smoked fish. It's
Interesting.
either that or if it's a meat, it's grass cutter.
Mm.
Is it the
Mm.
cold? Is it
Yeah.
the cold fish?
Mm.
The what? Yeah, the
Grasscutter.
The
cold one, the
cold.
big,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes, the smooth
Oh,
ones. Yeah, it's
yeah.
either that
Nice,
or
nice.
grass cutter. So it's
If you
something you
if you
do not want to miss.
I would like to be invited to dinner at your house, but I would like to know, with the soup, was your
Mhm.
spicy level on the high side, on the mild side?
Um, it wasn't on the mild side. That I
It
can
was
tell
quite
you.
spicy.
It was quite
Sheesh,
spicy.
sheesh.
Quite spicy.
Wendy, talk to me. What is your
Hmm.
favorite Ghanaian dish?
I think I'll go with banku
Mm,
and pepper. You know
mm,
that green peppery sauce that they do with the
mm-hmm.
oil
Yeah.
that they'll
Pakoshito.
blend
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
pakoshito, yeah.
Pakoshito.
Yeah, that with some
That's.
sliced
Mm-hmm,
onion and then tomatoes and then
mm-hmm.
grilled tilapia. Yeah.
Do you take star with it or you go with club?
Ooh. Club.
Club.
Yeah.
Club beer the
Mhm.
Anuane club. Okay. So it looks like the tribe has a Banku leaning. A lot of people are leaning towards Banku. Let's see. Ellie said Eba with grinded peppers and
Mhm.
grilled salmon fish. The tomato for the pepper should be grilled a little on the fire. Oh my gosh. Did you guys ever
You
do
know
that thing?
Yeah, my mom
You
the
put
always
the
grilled
do that.
salmon
tomato
thing
on
is
the
it
on the
hits.
coal for a bit, and then
Yeah,
you, oh my
you
goodness.
grind it.
Guys, are you
That
guys
kind of pepper
familiar?
is actually the best pepper you can have.
Mhm,
When you put the
Grilled
the
tomatoes.
you grill the tomato, no, roast, smoke it. I don't know how you do it, but I put it on fire before you grind it.
so
If you take it
so
with
I
anything, it's good.
mhm. I know my siblings are here, my sister is here, my brother is also on the show. I'm going to disclose a little family secret.
Mm.
So whenever we live with our grandmother, we had some cousins live with us, right? And every morning we'd have breakfast. Our breakfast was rice water. It was a code. Rice water was never actually rice water. So we'd go and get some rice and we'd do a ngamo. And then we had a poultry farm, right? And so whenever they go and collect the eggs, the little cracked ones would then be free game. We can, because we're not going to sell them on the market, we can fry them at
Fry
home.
them.
And so we
Oh
go and
my
we take the back
god.
of the spoon, and if they are not cracked,
You
we'd
crack
give
them
them
yourself.
we'd give them a reason.
Oh
We're gonna quack,
my
quack, 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 quack,
god.
quack, quack. And so they'll be like, "Oh, you people should eat the cracked eggs because they're gonna go bad, right?" So we take the
Oh
spoon,
my
Oh
god.
we'd visit
my
the
god.
crates, and they'll go cut, 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 cut. And then we take all those broken ones. And there was a day one of my cousins fried about 18 eggs.
Whole days.
And so grandma will be in the living room and be like, "Have you guys eaten?" I'm like, "Yeah, we ate. What did you eat?" "Rice water." So she thinks, "Oh, we just did some small rice." No, 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 no. We do that one more. We
Mhm.
we grind the pepper and then we fry as many eggs as we can. Like we'd you'd come and our mouths would be anointed with oil
Oh my
because
god.
Jack, if there are no eggs, we'd find a way. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, there are no cracked eggs." We're like, "They are not. Let us go do the inspection." By the time we come back,
There
they're
will be
cracked
cracked
eggs.
eggs.
So
They're,
yes, that
they're
used to
crackers.
be. Yeah,
Oh
Oh
my
my
no.
my
god.
sister
You
just
guys.
commented, "I so miss that." Look, living with grandparents is like the best thing ever. You
Oh
make
my
the rules.
god.
Belinda said banku and okra soup. Oh, banku and okra
Mm.
soup was it's a jam. Like banku and okra soup. If you have some crab in there, if you have some wele in there, if you have some
Oh
goat
my
meat,
god.
and the goat meat should be a bit tender, and the wele should be on the tender side, right?
Oh, you guys, let
Banku
me
and
let me
pepe.
review this. Let me review this.
Mhm.
Last week. Was it last week, Chris? Was it last week?
What happened?
It was
What
Yeah,
because
happened
they
last
were
week,
last
last
saying
week?
it. It wasn't last week when I came to your place. I was going for my banku flour. I got
Mm-hmm.
to Chris's apartment, and guess what, guys? They
What
had
Mhm.
was it?
cooked some okra soup with goat
Oh my
meat
goodness.
and had prepared some eba.
Oh
I
my
went there
goodness.
for my banku flour. Guess what? I forgot about my banku flour.
You
I
had to
ate
change.
the eba, requested for more, and then left the apartment without my banku flour.
Guys, next time you have this going on, please send them some of us an invitation.
I know,
As
right?
someone is saying, as a hustler with a Husky DB feature, I got approached
That
by
was
him back in the day. Ever since Tiozafi became my favorite meal.
Oh my god. Both laugh and
Okay, so he was introduced to Tiozafi, and yep,
Oh,
Kwame is trying to be a snitch. Snitching is a fierce job. Please send me Kojo's grandmother's phone number. Kojo has to take the beatings for many years. Kwame, I don't know if my grandmother. So I'm sure she would have figured it out because anytime we're not at home, the number of cracked eggs significantly reduced. But when we were at home, for some reason, the chickens just did not lay very solid eggs. They would break easily. But yeah,
Oh
it used
my
to it used to be our childhood story growing up. And one more still till date is still my favorite meal. Like and one more on a good day with some spicy pepper,
pepper.
with some shito, with some tuna, if you get some starkist or something, and you get some Titus somewhere, and then when you're frying your eggs, right? Put some corned beef in there. You put some,
Hey.
you have to make it a bit heavy,
Hmm.
on the
It's
heavy
rich.
side, right?
Rich. Yeah, that's
And then
rich.
and then if you get some of those, I don't know what they called it, but those salted beef, the salted beef.
Tolo beef.
When you cook the anwamu with the salted beef, oh my goodness, that right there is a taste of Ghana's independence.
Kojo,
That
you are
right
giving me,
there
you are giving me
is a
memories.
taste
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Ghana's
I
yeah.
independence.
I
But
know.
for those of you in the comments, please let us know. Let us know your taste of Ghana. What is that divine dish that touches your mouth and you're like, oh, I'm proud to be a Ghanaian? Because today we're celebrating Ghana and we have not mentioned some of these dishes. But if you're trying or planning a trip to Ghana, let me give you a few heads up. When you go to Ghana, look for the meal called Gari and beans, gobe for short.
Kobe.
It is a true taste of Ghana. If you can find wache.
Oh yeah.
These days, the wache comes in leaves. If you go, don't go to Kimpensky for wache. No. Go to the streets. The gara wache. If you don't have to cross a gara to go pick up the wache, it's not. There's another one, queen. If you
What's
get
queen
it's
queen?
it's the
I don't
sibling,
know.
chinkafa.
Oh,
It's the
chinkafa.
sibling
Okay.
of wache. And if you're planning a trip to Ghana, please try the fufu.
Oh,
Ghana
fufu.
fufu is on another level.
But try
And
the
I
chop
know
Yeah,
the chop
chop
bars
bars.
would give you a good idea.
Yeah.
I know our Nigerian siblings have been fighting us for years. It's almost become the culinary war between Ghana and Nigeria. But if you haven't done that yet, please try the Ghana jollof. Your
It's the
life
best jollof rice
would
in the
never be the
world.
same.
And
It's
that's some
Ghana's
serious.
Independence Day, and I know my Nigerian brothers and sisters are going to agree. On the day of
Yeah.
independence, we're going to set the record straight.
And if you
Ghana
want a pepper
jollof
jollof,
rules all.
every
It's the best.
And
best.
after
Let me cook
eating
jollof
all
for you.
the meals, please get some fresh kelewele. That's dessert.
Fresh kele willy,
Fresh
And
spicy
get
kele
some
willy.
Kelewele.
asana. The one that you what's it called? Asana, right?
Yeah.
The-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Asana.
Yeah.
Asana. Get some
Sana
milk in there.
Lamujin,
Get some.
Sobolo.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
sobolo.
You would
to
have
cool
a
it
real
down.
taste of Africa, a real taste of Ghana, my
Yeah.
motherland. Let's wrap up. A few other recommendations for someone going to Ghana who has not tasted any Ghanaian dish. Any more recommendations? I think a couple of them are coming through the chat. I would get through some of them. The tolo beef seems to be big.
I mean-
Tolo beef to the
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's
My
big.
sister is like, I
Big.
want more all day. We see you. I want more all day.
But then the wache, I would suggest you have it early in the morning.
The soft one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Watching in the
morning.
morning. If yes, a lot of people also like a lot of watches stew. I'm not a big fan of watches stew, but it softens things up. And guys, if you're going to eat the gobe, please, the gobe, if you are eating it, don't buy it and eat. It not be fast like that. When you buy it, let it sit. Let the gobe take time. Let the particles take time to integrate.
Right.
Let the
Oh my
binding
God.
process happen. Once the binding process happens and the gari is sufficiently soft
Mhm.
and
The
the
carbon
beans has
compounds.
exactly when the
What's for the Esther boy?
when the full gobelisis happen, right, where all the gobelis and the gobelies have integrated to form the bond, the 234 dicocor gobane bond. That is where you
Hey,
eat it.
right there.
Magic.
That is my
And
recommendation for
if
the.
you're going to Ghana, let me say that if you want a very good
Mhm,
place to buy gobe,
mhm.
37 DVLE.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right
Hmm.
opposite
Mhm,
Golden Tulip. There's this
mhm,
small gate to DVLE.
mhm.
There's this man that sells gobe. It's not that expensive, like 2 cities, 3 cities, and trust me, you will go
Um,
back every day,
Okay.
every single
hmm.
Guys,
day.
we're celebrating Ghana. We're celebrating Ghana. Michael is giving another recommendation. Heavy do choba
Yeah,
in
heavy do
Yeah,
Ghana.
choba.
it's true.
Heavy
Heavy
do.
do. It's true.
Please
Please. Yeah.
find it. Mina
It's
also
so true.
recommended rice balls and granite soup. Again,
That's
it's my favorite
amazing.
Ghanaian dish. Rice balls and granite soup. The granite soup has to be made with goat, and the goat has to be cooked to be very tender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ghanaian beans be the best. Yeah, we see is supporting the Ghanaian beans. If yeah, USPS received the shipment on Sunday. people are
Be right,
looking for
don't
it.
worry.
Again,
Don't worry.
Kwame is telling us his orgasmic meal is still the jollof.
I'm
Ampesi or
Percy.
yam.
Yeah.
Itabumu,
Oh my god.
Yeah. I
stew,
thought we
That was
forgot
that was
that.
that was
Kobe,
our food for
with
lunch,
Kobe.
like
With
afternoon
Kobe.
And,
Yeah.
and, and
afternoon
guys, listen to
thing.
this. It has to be eaten in the asanka.
Asanka.
In
If you're
Mm-hmm.
eating it
Asanka.
on a plate, you're losing out.
You're leaving out.
Leave it on the
Yeah.
asanka. Asana, dear Dansuma and runabout. It is where our
Mm.
favorite meal for
Oh,
school.
Dansoman
Martin, the
runabout.
poorest people
Martin
are here.
Forest. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
guys,
yeah, yeah.
if you're in Kumasi and you go to the railway, right, to go and buy your shoes and your sneakers and everything, there's this woman who does mash kinky. That mash kinky will change your life. Mashed kinky will change your life. Guys, if you want a Ghanaian delicacy, another one, the mashed kinky. If you get your mashed kinky with some sugar and you dump a whole can of pig milk in there, oh my goodness.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Life changes. Yeah, life changes. Watch it in the morning. That is the
Yeah. Watch
jam.
it in the
That is
morning.
the jam. Equals, if there's no queue at the watch it in the morning, please don't buy it.
That's
Yep,
so
I
true.
repeat,
Oh,
that's
yes.
true.
don't buy it.
That's
If
That's
you're
don't
going to
buy
true.
buy
it. That's
Wache
true.
and there's no queue, please, I beg,
Don't buy it.
Don't do
return.
that.
Yeah.
Hausa Coco and
And
Oh
Buffalo.
my
I still
gosh.
don't know the name of that thing, right? In
Some
Prempeh
call it
College, we
Buffalo.
used to call it dough, and so I still call it dough.
It's
Oh.
It's
not dough, it's
easy.
buffalo.
It's dough.
Some call
It's
it puff
buffalo.
puff.
I think it's because it's big and then it floats
Hmm.
in the oil. So they did a buffalo.
So big
Okay.
float. What are you trying to say?
Okay. Okay. Another recommendation is coming in. Dr. Stomach at Abri. If you are ever at Abri and you want somewhere to eat, Dr. Stomach. Again, we're promoting Ghanaian businesses. If you have a business here, a food
Oh, and there's
business,
a fufu
and you
joint
want
at
us to let
too.
the world know, guys, we're giving
Mhm.
recommendations. For those in Ghana,
Yeah.
these are places you can spend the Independence Day. Let's celebrate. We're celebrating Ghana. Now we're moving from the food, right?
Where we go?
Ghana at 65. I want us to take our attention to something else, right? Now we as a country, we know we did the year of return. Ghana
Yeah.
is gradually becoming a tourist destination.
Mhm.
I want to ask you guys. I know as kids we visited so many places, we did so many excursions,
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
did see
yeah.
a lot of Ghana. What
Mhm.
are the places you recommend someone visiting Ghana to go see? What
Oh.
are some of the things in Ghana you would be like,
Oh,
don't
well,
leave
look.
Ghana until you've seen this? And
Mm.
if you're in Ghana, as we celebrate, if you're looking for a place to go and celebrate, to go take your wonderful pictures, to do the flag, the face,
The face.
we're going to give some recommendations. And please let us know in the comment section the places you recommend somebody sees when they're in Ghana. Excursion people. Do you guys remember when we're in primary school and they would pay like some money and they'll go and
Yeah.
get a bus and
And then
we'd
we
all go and
Yeah,
go see
that's
stuff?
true.
I
Yeah.
think the first one has come, Makola Market. If you really want a market,
Christine. No.
no, but it's so unique that I've been to so many
No.
places and there's nothing that comes close to the Makola Market. I know we
Someone
don't
will put you
appreciate it.
somewhere with your camera.
I know we don't appreciate it because we're Ghanaians, but that market experience, the closest you can get to it is a farmer's market here in the West. Like you go to a farmer's market and people are going to come and see the produce and all that. But the Makola market experience, at least one time, one time.
Just
Just
brace yourself as you go in there. Just
I
just
know
brace
you're not
yourself.
going there. Stop
It's
it.
gonna be a
You're
lot.
ready. You're
Makola
ready.
Market is a lot. It's a lot of things there. So
it is. It
just be
is.
ready.
It is. Buttrey Beach Resort. I don't know if
Mm.
I'm mentioning the name right. Buttrey
I don't
Beach
know.
Resort. I
No.
think it's one of those resorts. If you're looking for a place to stay in Ghana, as we're celebrating Ghana at 65, if you want to go celebrate with us, right? Buttrey
Mhm.
Falls is the place to go apparently. Any other places? Any other places we would
Oh, I
want to
know.
go?
Oh
In Zelezu. Have you guys been to Zelezu before?
No,
no.
no.
Oh God, it's such an
Tell us
experience.
about it.
It's
Mm-hmm,
such an experience.
mm-hmm,
So going to the
mm-hmm,
town there
mm-hmm.
is, if that is not the worst thing, the worst actually is from the junction to where
If you
the
were trying to get
town.
people to go, what
Oh
are you
yeah,
doing?
right. But then it's an experience. You love
So
it. You
would
actually
someone
love
get
it.
when they go there? Tell us about the place.
Oh, it's you meet
Don't
wonderful
discourage
people.
people.
It's I'm just telling you, it's
Mm-hmm,
nice. You would not expect to be walking long
mm-hmm,
distance, seeing
Mm-hmm.
people,
mm-hmm.
in the canoe. It's normal. That is their way of
Oh,
life. They go to school in
oh,
the canoe. They have a
oh.
Oh.
church there. They have houses there. And you see a 2-year-old jump
Mm-hmm,
into the water, swim
mm-hmm,
like you know.
mm-hmm,
There's this baby. Not the time I went there. There was this baby that cannot walk,
mm-hmm.
but this baby can swim.
Oh, okay,
You know,
that's what it is.
we were at the edge there, and the man was telling us, "Oh, this place is this person's house. This is the school," and the baby was crawling in my head. I'm like, God, someone should hold this baby.
Mm-hmm,
I was so scared, and the next minute, the baby just threw himself into the water, and I'm like,
mm-hmm.
Jesus! I just screamed. And I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't worry. He'll come back." I'm like,
Mm.
like,
So for
how
those
many
of
people live here?
so for those of you who do not know Inzulezu, Michael just gave us some update. Inzulezu is a town surrounded by a river. It is more of an island. And
It's
so
on river.
basically
It's not
people
surrounded by
live,
river. They
okay,
It's
built it
on
on
it's
it.
a
the
town
river.
built on the river. So
Yeah.
I guess it's why babies would learn how to swim because at that
Mm-hmm.
point you sink or you swim. In Zulezu, the whole town is on water. I feel you, Efia. I think Inzulezu is very popular. Inzulezu is a whole town on water. There are no
Yeah.
cars, only boats and canoes.
Only boats
Now
and
it's
canoes there.
definitely a place I'd love to go see.
Oh, you
Guys,
should.
if you
You
really want
should.
to go see the whole town on water, Inzulezu seems to be the place. I think
Yeah.
there are a lot of recommendations coming through. I would take Chris, I'll take your recommendation and then I'll read some of the recommendations in chat. Today we are celebrating Ghana. We're celebrating all the best
I
things,
mean,
wonderful things
when
about our country. Chris,
What
we're
do you say?
listening.
if you want to experience waterfalls,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
really waterfalls in the water region is
Oh
the
Water
yeah,
best.
region, Woolly
Woodley.
Really,
Yeah,
waterfalls.
that's
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true.
yeah,
waterfalls,
yeah,
Woolly
yeah.
waterfalls.
Yeah.
it's so
Nice.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's
you
amazing.
should go there. Right from
Mm-hmm.
there, try the Afajatu Mountains.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Afajatu,
You
yeah.
would love it.
Afraja
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tours is
Yep.
okay. We are
Yep.
yeah.
encouraging people, so yeah.
Yep.
Afraja
Um,
tour.
I would read a few more of the recommendations, right? So Ebri, Akosombo, and the Shy Hills are some of
Mm,
Ghana's finest. These are places you really should go see. In Ebri,
Yeah.
you can see the Ebri Gardens. I think you can the Akosombo, all the Adome Bridge, all these wonderful things, right? The
Yeah.
Shy Hills, it's breathtaking. Definitely should go see it. Kakum National Park and Boti Falls. If you're into waterfalls, um, um, Chris just mentioned the Willy Waterfalls, and then
Yeah.
there's the Boti Waterfalls. There's the Kakum National Park. There's the
The
Canopy Walk.
Kakum. Yeah.
The Canopy
yeah.
Walk at Kakum is probably one of the best. If you have friends and you want to see just how much of a chicken they are, take them up on the Canopy Bridge and let them walk across the bridge. I think, sorry guys, I think it's one of those ones you'd really enjoy. You go there by boat, that's the Inzulezo place, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Mm,
know Mina recommended Bonre. Yes, the Kente weavers in Bonre and even in Kumasi, it's a beautiful sight to behold. If you've not seen people make these Kente cloths, it's just wonderful how they operate the loom. I had a friend who's that would make all these wonderful Kente cloths, and just the process. I don't know yet. I know the Indian sari and the making of the sari is also a very wonderful thing to behold. But watching a craft person, a Ghanaian craft man or woman at the loom making kente cloths, that is a whole other level. The way they throw the yarns in there, and it's a sight to behold. If you've not, go to any of these kente sites and go see the kente cloths being made. Elmina Castle and Cape Coast Castles.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
you should.
a lot of people who have heard of Ghana have heard of all these castles and have heard of the slave trade, and the year of return was basically the ancestral return of the people who were taken off the shores of Africa. And Elmina Castle and Cape Coast Castles both have these places you can actually live and learn what those times were about. There's the door of no return or the point of no return, the
Yeah,
dungeons. You can really learn a lot about African history when you go visit these castles. Like, if you are in Ghana, don't miss out. Just go see these castles. And there are a lot of historians and people who really know about this who are there to walk you through it. I know one of my very good friends, Nano Fori Pabing, organizes these tours and excursions. He used to be a tour guide at the castle, and he is very well versed in the history. One of these days I'll bring Nana on, and he's going to come and share some of the Ghanaian history with us. It's a beautiful thing. You can go see these castles. Some of these castles have been like 200, 300 years old. And so, yeah, definitely Bonre, like we mentioned, is definitely a place to go. Brie Gardens, and these days there are a lot
yeah,
of wonderful resorts in the Brie. If you want to have a good time, get away with your friends. Like, I
Yeah.
know if the tribe comes back down to Ghana for the holidays, we're going to spend some time in these resorts, right? And we're probably going to record an episode there.
Yeah.
And so, for our lovely viewers and our listeners, you can definitely join us at a Brie while we go see some waterfalls. We go to the Willie Waterfalls, and then you can see me swim. Um, those of you who know me from Splendor, you guys know you guys know about Phelps, right? So yeah, there are a lot of lovely things to see. The Umbrella Rock, the
Oh, I've
Umbrella
been
Rock,
there. Like, you guys should go there.
Umbrella Rock,
It's
and if
mind blowing. Trust
mm,
me.
mm, mm.
You
And if
guys
you're in
should go there.
Accra, the Legon Botanical Gardens and the KUS
Oh
Botanical
yeah.
Gardens, if you're in Kumasi, these are lovely places, right? We're talking about picnic ideas and a couple of other things. Just take advantage of all these botanical gardens. These are wonderful places that would help you reset, mentally help you revitalize. So if you're in Ghana for business and you have to take a break, just go run in the botanical gardens, and you would really enjoy it. Um, what's more amazing is Shy Hills has a lot of variety of indelible, incredible fun activities. My favorite is camping, hiking, and biking. So if you're a big fan of camping, hiking, and biking, the Shy Hills are the place for you. As we celebrate Ghana, as we share a piece of our country, our history, our culture with you, we also want you to go and indulge in these things. Enjoy it, right?
But
If you're in
please,
Ghana, take some time and go enjoy all these places.
if you have a low energy, you shouldn't go to Shah Hills and go and bike or hike. If you such if you don't have energy, like I don't have energy, Mountain of Fajato and the rest is not for you.
Mm, mm,
If you can try Woolly Falls, Booty Falls, the
mhm,
resort, but
Oh
mhm.
then
my
it's not
god.
easy hiking on these mountains and hills. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
please, yeah.
And in celebrating Ghana and celebrating another key piece of Ghanaian history, we've talked about the coast, the castles on the coast. There's also a palace, right? Probably one of the biggest kingdoms in the African region, right? The Ashanti Kingdom has a very wonderful Menchia palace. If you're into history, if you're into all these, things that have to do with a kingdom, you should definitely pay a visit, right? Go take a look. Go look at the museum. Go visit the
Oh
king if you
yeah.
can. And
Is that possible, Kojo? Like the Mensha Palace, like are you allowed to enter like
yes,
Yeah.
because
there are places you can tour, right? There are places you can tour, and unlike Buckingham, you can actually go in and take some pictures. Buckingham, you have to take your pictures
just
outside.
outside?
But yeah, and if you live your life well as a Ghanaian, if you live your life well, and if you help your community, and you help develop the country, if you help build, one day you might actually get invited to meet the king. And for the
Oh.
tribe and for the people watching, it could be one of your goals in life, right? I'm going to live a life that is so honorable, so worthy that the president would invite me to the Flagstaff, and the kings would invite me to their palaces. Hey, it's a good way to go. But until then, you can just visit the museums, buy a few artifacts and stuff like that.
Oh, and the Paga Crocodile Pond, you guys.
Oh
If
yeah,
if
oh
you
yeah,
want to
oh
go
yeah.
to do
Paga.
anything at the north,
Yeah.
Paga,
yeah.
Oh,
yep.
and there's a monkey. There's a monkey sanctuary or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah. The
yes,
monkey,
yes.
it's
Yeah,
across
yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
Volta region, right?
And there's also
We are
one in
going to.
Kintampo, right?
No, there's one
Yeah.
in the north.
Yeah, and there's some in
Oh,
the north.
okay,
There are a lot of
okay.
very not lovely wildlife preservatives in preservation sites in Ghana.
Mhm.
Preservation sites in Ghana, and definitely you can definitely visit. And yeah, the Mole National Park is one of those places where you can actually go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um, Dinah is sharing a story. D is sharing a story with us. I remember a trip we took to Kakum National Park, and walking on the Kakum walking bridge made me know how much of a weakling I was. Girl was crying
Oh
like a
my
baby.
god.
D, I would be very positive at this point and say you're not the only one who has cried. Most of the viewers and most of the people on the show have cried
No, I
already.
did not cry. Mm-mm.
If yeah,
No,
I
I
have
love
videos to prove.
heights. I
If
love
yeah, I have
heights. So,
videos to prove. And so
oh,
yeah,
really?
we're celebrating Ghana at 65, and we're going to wrap up the show. But before we wrap up the show, one more time, if you're the national pledge.
Mm.
Oh my God, Kojo, why do you want to do this? I think we should all say it then, so that it doesn't look like putting me on the
If
spot.
you're the national pledge.
Oh my God, I'm not saying anything.
At this point now
Okay,
we
okay.
know. Okay.
So I promised on my honor
Mhm,
to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland.
mhm,
I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I
mhm,
promise to hold in high esteem our
Mhm.
heritage won for us through the blood and soul of our fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me
Atafueni.
God. So
I
help me
down for
God.
you.
Now, Wendy, would you please do us the
Oh no
honor
no no
of
no 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 no
would
no
you
no.
do us the honor of singing the national anthem? Wendy, the national anthem.
I choked.
Can you please sing the national anthem?
I lost my voice.
God bless our homeland. Mhm.
So I could just say,
I've forgotten how to sing. Yeah, I can't lie.
Hey, Wendy, if you just put enemies to shame. Okay,
I
Chris.
don't know why you guys try
Chris.
to do this.
Chris. Arise, Ghana youth for you.
You know, for that song, you know where I enjoy the most?
Mhm.
And make
Yeah.
Egg,
and make
egg,
and strong.
egg.
Guys, this is the show. This is the tribe. Guys, this is the tribe in its full glory. If Yaya finally, after 4 attempts, made it through the national pledge,
Can you imagine, you
which
guys?
we
The four attempts
appreciate
is
and
me.
we're thankful that you were able to. And in celebrating Ghana's independence, it's good that at least Efia could make it through the pledge. But the rest of the tribe has not been able to hold up their end of the bargain. And so it's been wonderful. We've promoted Ghana. We've celebrated Ghana's independence. This episode is a stories of a Ghanaian child, right? We shared our childhood, right? We talked about school. We talked about all the things we loved growing up, our favorite Ghanaian dishes, and we talked about some of the places we would love to visit. We visited, we enjoyed, and if you're going to go visit Ghana, some places you would love to see. Um, Faustina just sent one in. Y'all need to visit northern Ghana. Mole National Park offered me the opportunity to see elephants from a close range. The feeling was good. And so, yes, if you're
Aw.
going to go visit Ghana, these are places you'd love to go see, right? Seeing the elephant, seeing the all the
You
wonderful wildlife we have in Ghana.
guys,
If
I
you're
have a
able,
request.
What's the
I
request?
want to have an elephant, a baby elephant, as a pet. So if you guys know where I can get a baby
And when it
elephant,
no, when it grows to
What
an
happens to
adult,
it?
what do you do to it? You can't. Where do you put it? How
you
does it
shouldn't
walk
worry
through your
about that.
door?
You shouldn't worry about that.
At this point, if anybody is interested in dating Efia, just get a stuffed elephant. Just a stuffed elephant. That's good enough. Echo was here the other day talking about goats and everything. So now we're wrapping up the show and we're going to end on a very high, lovely note. We're going to talk about games, Ghanaian games.
Hmm.
Christine brought up Ampe. Let's talk about a few Ghanaian games we played as children, and then would end the show on the games, right? It's all fun and games at this point.
Pilolo.
Pilolo was a good one. How is that one played again? Explain.
You
Pillow.
would
Pillow.
we have a group of people, right?
Pilolo.
And one person will hide. I think is it broomsticks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Broomsticks somewhere, and then make say pilolo, and you all come go around looking for the broomstick, and the person that finds the broomstick will run from one point to the other, and then I don't know how it's played, but it's a very crazy game.
Boy, DB like you. How did you know about Pilolo? But yeah, guys, did you
Who
guys
is
remember
DB?
Chaskele?
I was just about to say that.
Chaskele. Chaskele is Ghana's version of baseball, where we get a basket and we get like, oh my goodness, metal
Just
cans, like
cans.
milk cans. And then somebody gets a stick, right? So you try to throw the can into the basket and he tries to hit it as far as he can. Sometimes you get a lot of injuries, but it's Ghana's baseball, Chaskele. Mina put one in the chat. Mina put one in the chat. Master to John. John to
Just
master.
what?
That was a good one. That was a good one. Antwetre. Mina is just coming up with the games. Do you guys remember Antwetre?
Yeah.
What are some other games? Chris, what are some of the games you played growing up?
I know Chris' favorites.
I mean, sometimes we join the four corners here. Sometimes we join the ladies to play hopscotch.
Okay.
What's hopscotch?
I don't know if you know
she doesn't know.
hopscotch.
Copy one.
Two man two, the where you draw.
Copy. Hopscotch, you draw boxes on the floor.
Pele, that is Pele. That is
draw
hopscotch.
box-
Hey,
Hopscotch.
what is
Daddy
hopscotch?
B, hopscotch.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
DB.
hopscotch is
DB.
hopscotch is the English name.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, copy or Pele or however. Stay. Stay was a good Ghanaian game. It was one of those. Stay was one of those ones. What other games? What other Ghanaian games?
And then
Ludo.
this is
Do you guys remember Ludo?
Oh, Ludo, yeah.
Ludo is like
that thing that you play.
Ludo
That thing
or
wasn't
Ware.
Oware.
Did you guys ever play that game where you do this thing and then somebody will be trying to
Yeah.
What's that thing called?
Oh my God.
I have no idea what that thing is called.
And
But another game, Gota to Gota. Whenever you didn't have a field, you play in the middle of the road. You set up the goals, and then you play from one gutter to
Who
another.
remembers Aligoto? I think now they call it a
Oh my
spinner.
god.
Hey.
Like
Daddy B, how do you know Alikoto? How do you know Alikoto?
Aligoto was a pen top, and then you
Pettinge was another one. Hey, someone said Mama Papa. Oh my God. Mina, I know you didn't play that game. Mina, I know you didn't play that game. Daddy be like you. How can you play Mama Papa?
Allow.
Mina was our only sister, right? So she would gather us and let us sit there, and she would be cooking. And then she would pick sand and stones and like, this is your food, and you have to do that and do this. And let it fall. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
gosh. This woman was trying. Mina was legit trying to kill us as kids. She was trying to feed us stones. And Kwesi, my brother Kwesi, would sometimes put the stones in his mouth.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I think we're going to end the show on this one. Our lovely childhood memories. And once again, it's been the tribe.
One thing, who did Ajuata?
What?
Ajuata.
Oh my God. Skill. Hey.
Skeleton.
I have no idea what this girl is talking about.
Kofi Kalo, yeah.
Ajay.
Just remember me. Oh my God.
Faustina, we have no idea. You'd have to come back on the show and sing the
You
song
have to and sing
because
this song for us.
we have no idea. Four poles and four corners and all those fun
Yeah.
games. Once again, it's been the Kasa podcast. Today, we're celebrating Ghana at 65. We're so happy. We would love to end the show on this point. It's been a wonderful show. We've gone through our journey of our childhood. And today, we're going to end the show slightly different. Today, from the tribe is not going to be bye. It's going to be God bless our homeland, Ghana, right? And so today, we've been lucky to have your company all through, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining the show. But from everyone here on the tribe, it's God bless our homeland, Ghana. If you're dear, God bless our homeland, Ghana. God bless you for watching, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. It's
Yeah.
bye.
You finally said bye.